That day, and the people came to the assembly ground of Ithaca, where no one had set foot since before Odysseus left. Telemachus entered with 2 quick hounds at his feet, and old men made way for him as he took his father's chair. Old Lord Aegyptos opened the meeting. He had 2 sons home with him on his farm, and a third among the suitors. But a fourth had gone across the sea with Odysseus those many years ago, and he still pined for that lost son. Welcome, he said. I do not know why this meeting is called. Perhaps there is news from across the sea. Whoever has called us here, I wish him good luck. And Telemachus stood, and the master of debate passed him the staff so he could speak. And he said, Alas, I have no news from across the sea. I only have my own troubles and the troubles of my house. These suitors are eating us out of house and home, and all of you stand by and do nothing. It is as if you were eating me out of house and home as well, but if you were, I might press my claim and ask for restitution. Instead, I can do nothing. And yet these men have no stomach for an introduction to my grandfather or a bride price of any kind. It's not us who are causing all this trouble, said Antinous, one of the boldest suitors. It's your own incomparably cunning mother who's leading us on. She has little secret messages for one and then another, giving us all hope. I will give you an example of her cunning. When we first came to her and asked her to choose among us, she said she would. Just as soon as she finished weaving a funeral shroud for her father-in-law, for what would happen if he passed away and she was married to someone else. We were men of honor. We gave her the time. 3 years went by. All day she wove, and all night, by candlelight, she unpicked all of her work until we caught her at it. And she had to finish. No, if you want this over and done with, Telemachus, you send your mother home to her father across the sea. Send my mother from her house, said Telemachus. That I cannot do. Not only would I fear the wrath of her father, but her parting curse would call the Furies down upon me, and they would chase me to the depths of hell. I cannot send my mother from her house. No, it seems that you will do nothing either, but may Zeus bring me justice. And Zeus, from the top of Mount Olympus, who sees all and hears all, sent 2 eagles wheeling over the crowd, tearing at cheeks and throats, and then with a scream soaring away. And old Lord Halitherses, skilled in reading bird flight, spoke up then. There is an augury in this. When Odysseus first left, I read in the flights of birds then that he would be gone many years, but he would come back. And now I see that time is near, and in his heart he holds black doom for those suitors of his wife. Oh, beware. Oh, save your magic tricks for your grandchildren, old man, said Eurymachus. I, too, can read auguries in the flights of birds, and what I see is that there is much avian life in the sunny air, not all of it significant. I don't know why you're leading Telemachus on like this, why you're giving him false hope. You're only frustrating him. We all know Odysseus died long ago, and if Penelope would just choose one of us, the rest of us could move on too. For we could have gone on and found ourselves very decent wives elsewhere. I see, said Telemachus, that I will get no help from anyone here. And what I must do instead is take a ship across the sea in search of news of my father. And if they tell me there that he is dead, I can hold a proper funeral, burn his gear, and we can all move on. And at this, the assembly disbanded. And Telemachus went alone down to the sea, where he washed his hands in the ocean and prayed, "O God of yesterday, guest in our house who told me to take ship on the hazy sea in search of my lost father, listen to me, be near me."
Oh God of yesterday, who taught me to say, listen to me, be near me, listen to me, be near me, listen.
And Athena did hear, and she disguised herself as Mentes once again, who was also called Vengeful, and came walking conveniently down the beach. I heard you at the assembly this morning. You can do this. You can take that ship across the sea and come back, for you are your father's son and your mother's son too. You have the sap and wit and prudence to make this journey and return, and I can help you. I sailed with your father in the old days, and I would love to sail with you. In fact, I think I can get you a boat. I can get you some oarsmen. You take care of the rations and meet me here tonight. And we'll set sail. And so she went on her way, and Telemachus went back home, where the suitors were already in his father's yard, skinning goats and slaughtering cattle, and said, "Telemachus, come on! We're gonna have a party! It'll be great! There's wine, there's food, like forget about this morning." "After this morning," said Telemachus, "my eyes are clear. I see what you all think of me, and I cannot feast with you again. In fact, I will bring bloody doom upon you if I can, even though I have no ship and no oarsmen, and it suits you that I have none. But if I must go across the sea as a passenger, I will." "Oh," said the suitors, "Telemachus is gonna get us! We're so scared! He's gonna bring Avengers back from Sparta or Sandy Pylos, or worse yet, bring back poison, doctor the wine jar, and dispatch us all. We're scared, Telemachus," they yelled after him as he went on into the house. He found Euryclea, guardian of the story. "I'm going on a journey," he said, "in search of my father. Tell no one, and no, I will not hear your protestations. I need 20 bushels of barley meal in good leather bags, and 12 double-handed amphorae of good wine. Not the best wine, but I know you're saving for my father's return, but the good wine for a long journey. Don't even tell my mother, or wait until she hears of it or asks for it." And Euryclea agreed, and then he went up to his own room to prepare. Meanwhile, Athena disguised herself as Telemachus and went through the town, and soon she had borrowed a ship and began to approach the young men Telemachus' age who were looking for adventure, and invited them all to come on the journey. And they met there at the shore at sundown. And Athena one more time disguised herself as Mentes and went up to the hall and scattered a sweet sleep over the suitors. So they one by one staggered drunkenly home. And the hall was empty when she stood at the foot and called, "Telemachus, your ship and your men are waiting. Let's get our rations down." And so they did. They carried the barley and the wine down, and there was the ship, and there were all his friends waiting at the oars. Telemachus and Athena watched as they raised the fir mast and hoisted the white sail, and then they poured a libation to the gods, the undying, the ever-new, but most of all to the gray-eyed daughter of Zeus, and the prow sheared through the dark night into the dawn.
Come